Welcome guys to Driven Productions. My name's Adam. This is our riding series. We are riding from Nashville, Tennessee, all the way to right here, which is in the heart of Utah. This is Escalante. This is just as good as it gets riding. Take a look at this. I mean, wow. You know, we just got out of Colorado riding all these mountains, and you're going to see progression of different drone shots, different places we stayed. I'm going to give you some color on which bikes we're riding, which I'm going to be showing you here in a clip soon. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, things like what to pack, what not to pack, how to prepare for different weather conditions, what type of gear I recommend. And then we're going to be covering, you know, the whole trip. I'm going to tell you how much it costs. I'm going to tell you what the average price of a hotel was in each town. So if you're thinking of coming, this hopefully will give you a lot of consciousness. But just look at how beautiful this is. I think I got some good drone shots for you guys. I'm also here with my 73-year-old father, Larry. He'll be on camera every once in a while. He's the one that's filming this right now. It's really great to be able to do these trips with him, make some core memories, and it's great to share it. And shout out to anybody who's, 73 years old, because you know what? If he can do it, ride. Literally, we've ridden 2,800 miles to get right here, 2,800, and we're probably not even halfway done with the trip. So hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the clips. That's it for me. Let's go. Hey guys, we just got done with our third day. Was unbelievably windy. One of the windiest days of riding in my entire riding career, right? I'd say 13 years of it at this point. I mean, it's just beating on you all day, right? As soon as you take your hand off the handlebar and just kind of relax, boom, it nails you, and then you have to catch the bike and bring it back over online. And I had a headache when I got off the bike today, and most of the day, either from not drinking enough, because also with the wind and the heat, we made it fine, no issues, but just tough. Hey guys, this is day 4, and we just made it to Wyoming. That's the Wyoming border sign right there. We're at about 1,300 miles. Beautiful riding. We're at about 7,500 feet. You're probably seeing a really nice drone shot right now of this road. Wyoming in this whole really area of the country is just beautiful. There's all these incredible stone formations that you see on the side of the road. You get these rolling hills, these incredible vistas, and we're at 7,500 feet up, so it's pretty high. It's a little chilly right now. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. We've had rain the whole trip, every single day. We've had some weather, but today looks like we got lucky, which is great. Well guys, we had a change of plans today. We were gonna go to Wyoming, and we started to go to Wyoming. We're gonna go to basically a place called Riverton, and we ended up battling some pretty incredible winds because of a northern front. Now you never know what you're gonna get on these trips, and the only thing you can do is prepare with what you brought. But bottom line is, when it's 40-mile-per-hour winds hitting you right across the left side of your face, pushing your helmet, pushing the bike, pushing you onto oncoming traffic, right, off the road for hundreds of miles, it becomes unbearable and becomes not fun, right? So we actually stopped for lunch, had a reset, and decided, looking at the weather in Montana, looking at the weather in Wyoming, to actually go back to the Rocky Mountains and then through the Rocky Mountains down to Utah. So that is where this trip is going to ultimately end up. Turning around, like I said yesterday, and now we came to Estes Park. So we literally rode all the way into Wyoming and then basically came right back. It's about a 200-mile round trip, whatever, but it was a nice ride at least. But now we're in this area, Estes Park, which is 30, 45 minutes outside of Denver. It's absolutely beautiful. It's high 60s, not a cloud in the sky. We're getting ready to go through the Rocky Mountain National Park, which is one of the best rides you're ever gonna do in the States. It's beautiful, the vistas are incredible, and we're gonna eventually make our way all the way to Utah, and then we'll just ride the whole state of Utah. This is the entryway to the Rocky Mountain National Park. It is paved. That's what it looks like. Beautiful mountains in the background. Okay guys, we're at the Rocky Mountain National Park. As you can see, it's beautiful here. You're gonna be watching some drone clips throughout my talking point here. Because I'm trying to help and educate you all, you need to be mindful that if you come to the Rocky Mountain National Park, at least during September when we came, you have to reserve online a day pass. And you need to do this before you come to the park, so specifically the day before. We showed up like a bunch of dumb butts, and basically this lovely lady was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to turn around, and you're gonna have to come back at 2 o'clock. So at 2 p.m. they go to open park, right? So we had to go for breakfast, which was great, and then we did some other errands, got fuel, etc. And then finally, you know, after basically just killing 3.5, 4 hours, we came back. At that point, traffic was lines, right? I'm talking bumper to bumper, working the gears. Both my hands are hurting now. As you can see here on the right, these are just people leaving, and it's unbelievable how busy it is. And it's also $50 for 2 motorcycles and $60 if you have 2 cars, but motorcycles is a $5 discount per motorcycle. So that's another thing to be mindful of. On an absolutely beautiful day, I have got caught in some really bad thunderstorms, including sleet, snow, and whatnot, actually on this exact road in times past. This is about as good as it gets. I wish that you get lucky. I will tell you, there's lots of little places to get off and hike and things like that. So if you're gonna come, maybe spend a couple of days riding through this area, because there's a lot to do if you get off the bikes and you wanna hike, or you know, you come on your car or whatever. All right guys, this is day 6. We're heading to Durango. We're on Highway 14. We're hitting it at peak season, peak color. Look how beautiful it is. You're probably watching a drone shot right about now. And we just hit about 11,000 feet, went over the pass. This is some of the best riding, amazing switchbacks. Nobody really bothers you. There's plenty of places to pull off. I feel very safe, specifically on this road. Overall though, can't really beat that, huh? I mean, that's some world-class scenery right there. So Colorado rocks. All right guys, we're on Highway 160. This is day 7. Look at the view. What an incredible sight. I mean, this road is amazing. It's out there, very little traffic. We just went over the pass, which is over 11,000 feet. It's the best. You know, we're going to be heading to Durango now. We were going to go and ride the $1 Million Highway, which is going back up north through Colorado, but with the weather coming in, the cold fronts around this area, some of those passes, we're going to have some clouds and some serious rain probably, and just cold temperature. So we played it a little bit safe. You never know when you're on these types of trips, you know, you always have to be looking at the weather, and we're blessed that we have GPS and we have real-time weather data. You know, years ago when we used to do these trips, we were just kind of, you know, we had to use the map, pull over. You never knew what you were going to run into. Now we kind of know, and we can better plan. Now today we don't really know where we're going to end up, but most likely we're going to make it to the edge of Utah. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of it. Well guys, we made it to Durango. As you can see, it is pouring rain. So it is what it is, but we called it pretty early today. We rode about 100 miles, and then the weather just got worse and worse and worse as we went. We're like, all right, let's just call it a day. So we came here around 2:30 after staying at this barbecue place here in Durango. And yeah, here we are, about to go get some beers. And this is what you call a kind of relaxed day. You know, my partner there took a good nap, 2-hour nap, right? He feels better, and sometimes after 6 days of riding, you need this. But yeah, I've literally officially cleaned the bike, I think 3 times today, because every time it got wet, I cleaned it. We are in, look at this, Utah. Just beautiful. We've been on a long trip. This is 2,600 miles in. So we're in Hanksville, Utah, guys. This is like literal middle of nowhere. It's the closest thing to being on Mars. I mean, look at it. There's a cell phone tower, a gas station, a couple of restaurants, which is surprising actually. There's 3 restaurants, so we're gonna go check out this one. Doesn't look like much, but hey, in Hanksville, you know, this might be high class. I don't know, we'll see. Well guys, if you do happen to stay in Hanksville, where we are at right now, you gotta come over across the street and check out Outlaw Roost. That is a good burrito, good sauces, great margarita. I gotta have 2 or 3 more of those margaritas, I think. Well, here's Bryce Canyon, guys, another view of it. I'll tell you, this place is absolutely packed. There are people out and about, lines for the restroom, pretty much parking jam. which is good. You know, ever since COVID, people are out doing stuff. All right, guys, that's the top, but it was so much traffic today, I didn't feel like waiting on the bike, so that's as high as I can get on this trip. So, still a really great shot. Cool place to visit. Just very busy, as you can see. Lots of traffic. Guys, we're on Highway 12. Look at the view. We just got out of Escalante. We're heading to a place called Bluff. We're staying in one of the nicer resorts. It's just beautiful out here. It's 67 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And it's so cool to ride Highway 12, and it literally takes you through a lot of these red rock canyons with water next to you and green lush trees, and it's just beautiful. And these tight sweepers. It's absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend you plan a trip out here to Utah. It's some of the best. If you like outdoors, you know, if you like to hike, there's so many places to explore, so many incredible things to see. You could go to Moab and see some of the arches, and then come down to Canyonlands and go see Bryce Canyon. Come out here to Escalante and Hanksville, places that we've been, which are even further out, and just see this place. It's incredible. It's like nowhere else on planet Earth that's like this. So, hope you guys enjoyed the content. Guys, this is the best riding, I think, of the whole trip. Had to stop and do a little talking point here. This is Capitol Reef. We just rode down Highway 12 here in Utah, which was unreal. And then you see the Martian-looking planet that is this part of Utah. Everything is red, and it's unreal. The vistas, the views. Check out this drone shot that you're probably seeing right about now. A couple of my favorite drone shots I just took. You got to come out here. You got to experience it. The camera just doesn't capture it. How epic, how vast, how you see all of the different colors and the way the water cut into the hills and mountains. It's unbelievable. And there's not that many people out here, which is nice. You know, a couple of campers you'll pass, some trucks. But overall, not too bad. Look at this, guys. It's just, you get to ride through it. It's unbelievable how big everything is and the scale. It's just crazy. And you're next to this dry creek. It's so quiet out here too. 85 degrees, so a little warm. Our hotel tonight is the last place in the world 2 bikers would be staying, but beggars can't be choosers. Here we are. You know why? This gravel sucks. Dad almost bit it earlier on this thing, but it is very cool to be in Bluff. This is called Bluff Dwellings Resort and Spa. It's a high-end place. You can see it's pretty cool. Anyway, long day today, guys. I am tired. All right, guys, welcome to day 11. We left Bluff, Utah. We rode through Colorado for a few, and now we're in New Mexico. We're 10,000 plus feet up. Look at the gorgeous view. This is actually the second time I've rode this particular road. This is East 64, Highway 64. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's 64 degrees right now. And we are heading to Taos, New Mexico. And we are about 3,300 miles into this trip. So that's the update. Enjoy the drone clip. This is a beautiful shot. Another fun place. We're in Taos, New Mexico. Not a bad spot, huh? So a lot of new money has come in through COVID and taken a lot of these older hotels and kind of, you know, modernized them. So you can see people put their own spin on it. Well, guys, this is day 12. We just left Taos, New Mexico. We're about 9,500 feet up. This is the Carson National Forest, I believe. It is just a great ride. It's pretty slow going through here, 45, 55 miles an hour the whole time. Very little traffic. This is the opposite of Colorado. It's more like Utah, right? It's just not a lot of people out on this road. We're heading to, I think it's called Tuscaloosa in New Mexico. And that's where we're gonna pick up Interstate 40. And from there, it's basically just a straight shot home. It's still roughly 1,000 miles to get home from there. It's about 333 miles a day. So a lot of riding still, but you know, we'll get home safe. This is the last day of what you might consider to be enjoyable riding, because I don't think anybody enjoys riding Interstate 40 1,000 miles. So hope you enjoyed the drone shot. Well, we're at about 3,700 miles for this trip, so I decided let's get an oil change. So we're at Trips Harley Davidson here in Amarillo, Texas. They're working on the bike. I decided to get the 3 holes done, transmission, engine oil, and I think, I don't know, whatever the third one is. I don't even know. So anyway, it's about $350 and we're just waiting around. You know, we came to this place called Clinton and we ate here at the White Dog Hill restaurant, which is really cool, nice view, but it's gravel and we've got to get back home now. We just had to pull the bikes back out. So there's always a little bit of an adventure on these trips. And we've been on the road 13 days now. I thought I'd include this in the video, guys. You know, every time we get off the bikes, we clean the bikes. And so people ask me, man, you've been on the road for 13, 14 days, you know, like, how's your bike so clean? It's like, well, I packed 5 of these and we wet them down. And we also have some special spray that dissolves bugs called Hunter's Bike Cleaner. And there you go. And what do we call it when we do this? What do we call this?
Crazy.
No. What do we call cleaning the bikes?
Oh, rubber therapy.
Rubber therapy, thank you. Not crazy. Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've learned over the last, 14 years roughly of riding, okay? So first of all, you're gonna wanna bring some winter gloves and you're also gonna wanna bring just some normal riding gloves, okay? The temperature will change. Now, along with winter gloves, make sure they're waterproof and make sure you bring a set of rain gear. I have both lowers and uppers. They're also high vis because when it is raining, you want as much visibility as you can. Those things are critical. Other things that I recommend you pack is some sunscreen. A lot of times you're gonna get sun on your neck, you're gonna get sun in areas where the glove and maybe the jacket is exposed. Other things I'd recommend is some cleaning rags. Because when we get off the bike every day, we're gonna go ahead and do what we call rubber therapy, which is put some water on it and get all the bugs off of it, get them off your windshield, all that. It's kind of part of the ritual of the trip. And then you also want to bring some water for sure, okay? Now, I am not a fan of drinking a lot of water bottles. My father goes and gets water bottles out of gas stations every day. It just seems like a waste. So I fill this up at McDonald's gas stations. I fill it up in the hotels in the morning, right? This is a lifesaver. It's a half a gallon. It does add some weight, but it's just nice to know that I've got water throughout the whole day. And I try to drink at least one of these per day because when you ride, all this sweat, it just gets, you don't even realize you're sweating if it's hot, especially because when you're riding, it just wicks right off you. I will also say on the underwear, I would recommend a brand called LD Comfort. These are literally the most expensive underwear you're gonna buy, okay? I think they're like $50 a pair, maybe even $70 a pair. I just bought 2 more for this trip, but they are amazing underwear. My father also ordered some Winx Wheels underwear, and those are a little less money. But don't wear normal boxers or normal underwear because when you sit for so many hours riding, it isn't going to get uncomfortable. So I would highly recommend you go to LD Comfort and order a couple of pairs. And pack light. Like that is something that always, especially in the first several years, I packed like I was thinking I was going on a normal vacation,
Like you said, always take less than you think you're gonna need. Like a lot less. Because you're not gonna have use for it, yet you gotta carry it around. I would carry a toolkit that has the necessary tools that your bike uses, because you never know, something comes loose, you need to fix this or look at something.
This bike has it right here, by the way. You actually used your toolkit on your bike.
I did. I used it because I needed to get in the front. I needed to take the grill off because I had bugs in there I couldn't get out, and the big ones.
Right.
So I, things like that come and go. Or if my battery, the connections aren't tight, or something comes loose with one of the bags, the side bags, that's also a problem. But you've mentioned most of the things. This kind of trip is a little different. We don't camp. We're not on dirt roads. We've spent some money. We stay in nice hotels every night. We're able to get a good night's sleep. We have breakfast in the morning, and then we'll plan our day appropriately. And try to stay out of bad weather as much as you can. But if you get it, you're prepared for it. And a quick on and off is necessary. So keep your rain gear accessible. Otherwise, it's fantastic to be a father and be able to do 15, 16 days with your son on the road, doing something that you both love and enjoy. It's a gift. I understand that, and it's a blessing.
Yeah, I'd say that's it. One more thing, guys, I just want to talk about safety. You know, when I started to ride, I wanted to look cool, right? Black leather jackets, cool jeans, right? Cool looking shoes. As I've progressed in my riding journey, and also after I had a really bad accident about 7 years ago where I should have died, frankly, I've just gotten to a point now where I could give an SHIT about looking cool. I want to be safe, I want to be visible, and so everything that I've transitioned to is all high vis, right? So I wear a bright green high vis jacket, as you've seen in a lot of these clips, or you will see. I've got full riding pants with armor on. I wear, Alpine Star boots. Everything is just about going down. If I go down, I know I'm in the best position I possibly can be. I got an expensive German helmet on, right? $550 helmet. I'm ready because I've learned that you can't always outride something. When I was hit, I never had a chance to react. Just boom, that was it. And next thing you know, I'm flying through the air, right? And so just keep that in the back of your head. The only way these trips are really cool is when you make it home safe. And you just can't control the environment. So outside of having the gloves and having the rain gear and having all the other stuff we talked about, dress for safety. You go down, you're gonna be in significantly worse shape. You're gonna get really bad burns, you're gonna get asphalt in your skin, that's not fun. So that's the one advice that I could give you after having a bad accident and after riding a lot of years. When we ride, we wear the jackets that, don't have to worry about bugs hitting you, rain hitting you, you don't have to worry about sun protection, It takes care of all that and actually keeps you a little cooler when you do have the air because it's all mesh, right? So that's just one thing I wanted to make clear about and take it for what it's worth. All right, guys, I wanted to take a minute here since we're in this beautiful spot outside of Taos on day 12. You'll probably be seeing this clip a lot sooner in the video, but it is important to cover what motorcycles we actually are riding these 4,500, 5,000 miles on. So this is my 2022 Harley Davidson CVO. This is in twisted orange pearl or something like that. They only made 1,500 of these. And then this one is an Indian Challenger, and this one is a water-cooled engine. And so I'm gonna have my riding companion here talk just a smidge about his bike, and then I'll give you a little bit about mine.
This is my 2021 Indian Challenger, and I've got about 27,000 miles on it, and it's been good since the get-go. I've had a bunch of Harleys in the past, and this engine is just superior. You could be at 12,000 feet up and not notice any lag at all. Just works fantastic. Otherwise, it's got a little less luxury than my son Adam's bike, but it's working. I've got this little tour pack thing, pretty secure, and that's my clothes for the 14-day trip. And then all the stuff I need is all here: cleaning material, water, cigars.
It's important to know, guys, 27,000 miles, no issues. But you've actually had a few issues with this bike.
The only issue is that there's a drain on the battery. It's got a lot of electronics on it. And when the bike is sitting idle for a week or so, there's a drain from the battery, and every once in a while it'll not start. So I'm on my third battery on this one. And as long as you ride it and you keep a tender on it when you're not riding, you're fine. That really is the only issue I've had with this bike.
Well, that and the GPS. Your GPS just doesn't work unless you pay a monthly fee.
GPS won't work unless you pay your yearly fee. Correct.
Yeah, that sucks. And Harley's gone to that as well. But like he's been trying. I mean, you can't even search like a big city and get it to GPS, let alone an actual address. So that kind of stinks. All right, my bike, guys, there's a link here. I'll put if you want to watch my full review. This is the most premium motorcycle Harley Davidson makes. It's expensive. This originally was a $49,000 bike. It's got Vance & Hines pipes. It's got extra lights. I've got lights there, here, and then on the rear as well in multiple areas. So I'm very visible. That was important to me. I didn't install either one of those. The previous owner did. I am the second owner. Bought it with 5,000 miles, and now it has over 11, and I haven't even had the bike a year yet. So it's a great machine, 117 engine, getting roughly 42 miles per gallon as low as it gets, and then as high as maybe 55, 60 in some parts of Utah when we're high up and whatnot. You know, it's important to note, guys, that this is the most comfortable motorcycle I think you can buy, period. This has heated grips. It has the ability to cut airflow on or off, smooth out airflow here. Most of the air gets shot over your head, so it's quite comfortable. You also have the ability to close your legs. So if it's raining or if it's really cold, you can close that up, feel the heat of the engine. Today, being nice, we will keep it open, and then that way you get a lot cooler effect, and you really do feel that. You've got the ability to plug your phone into the dashboard here if you want to listen to your music. You also have extra storage here. You have a heated seat as well as heated grips. Everything is chrome, everything is heavy, everything is real. You have analog gauges, unlike the new models, which is all a screen. Not a fan of that. I've got the right amount of technology here. I've got my GPS, I've got my tire pressure monitoring, I've got my elevation monitoring, I've got my temperature. I get everything I need right there, but I still get the good looking analog gauges, so I'm a big fan of that. I got plenty of lockable storage, and I'm gonna go through a clip here in a little bit, not today, but probably tonight. And I'm gonna give you the tips and tricks of what I've got packed, you know, all the little things you need to be mindful of if you're gonna take a 14-day trip, just to make it easy. But what's cool about this particular bike is you can lock with a key. Again, you don't get that with most of the Harleys. You have to manually do it. Everything on the CVOs is automatic. So just a premium bike. Beautiful bike. And then I've also got the whole thing PPF. You can see the line right there. So that makes it so that bugs and rocks and things like that don't beat the bike up. It's really easy to clean. It's ceramic coated as well. So those are the two bikes we've been riding. Okay, this is the very last day. This is day 14. We left on Sunday. We're coming home Sunday, 2 weeks later. He thinks it's day 15. I don't know why he's adding an extra day, but 14 days of riding, Sunday to Sunday. We're going 422 miles today, leaving from Russellville, Arkansas. It's a pretty nice day. We might have a little bit of that Hurricane Helene to deal with today. We'll see, but so far so good. Appreciate you guys watching. Getting close, but we're tired. You know, we got about 90 miles left. This is the last day. Weather's shitty. Anyway, this is where the it gets a little tough and boring. You know, it's like nothing but Interstate 40. Well, guys, we just made it home. I just made it home, and I want to thank you for watching. I got rained on 3 times today thanks to Hurricane Helene. Thanks a lot. Bike is tucked in. Just did a once over on it after taking a shower. Want to thank you for watching. You know, these bike trips are the ultimate adventures, and it's so much fun to be able to ride and experience new places every day, new food, new cultures, new areas, new states, new scenery. So few things you do in this world are like that. You know, typically you go to vacation, you stay in one Airbnb, right? You spend the whole area just kind of exploring that area. Whereas on a bike trip, going, 14, 15 days like we just did, it's just an incredible adventure. I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to listen to our tips and tricks, bright fluorescent clothing, dress to go down, boots, gloves, etc. Just be smart, ride smart, take breaks, and hopefully you can have incredible experiences like we just did. So if you made it this far into the video, really appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something, and that is it for me. Check out many other car reviews and things like that on the channel that we usually do, but we do love motorcycle riding almost as much as any of them. So I'll talk to you later.